Alright guys, welcome back to Monday Night Raw review for June 11th, 2012. And I did like the show, 3-hour show, probably the best 3-hour show.
Almost 3.5 hours actually, with everything.
Oh yeah.
With the last part.
Yeah, this was a long show.
It was quite lengthy.
Yeah, and there's just, there's a lot to talk about, so we might as well just go ahead and get right into it. Laurinaitis comes out. McMahon interrupts him. McMahon actually gets a really great reaction here from the fans. They were in Connecticut. Laurinaitis says that he was just like Vince. He has people power. Vince says Laurinaitis hired the wrong one-legged man. I guess he's referencing Zach Gowen. I thought that was good. And he hired the Big Show. He cost them lawsuits with Brock and Paul Heyman. Laurinaitis says he's friends with the wrestlers, and Sheamus comes out. Sheamus runs down Laurinaitis. He says he's the worst general manager in WWE history. He asks McMahon to fire him. Laurinaitis gets mad and says he's going to find Sheamus an opponent. And Vince says it better be a good match or he's going to be fired.
So Vince, I guess, beefing with Laurinaitis. I don't know why, I guess, just to get over the crowd. I kind of thought he would maybe go for as a villain.
Yeah.
But it's kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, the last thing he does, he rides the hover round up the ramp and then pushes it off the stage.
Yeah, and it just sat there for the entire remainder of the show.
Yeah, the entire show, I really thought, he's going to act like he's going to fire him, and then at the end he's going to be in cahoots with him, and he's going to get some heat, but the way it ended, that is not what happened. Vince is definitely a babyface now.
Yeah.
He's back in charge, even though he was fired by Triple H, which makes no sense. And
WWE logic.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with it, but yeah, technically he was fired. This happened. I didn't dream this. So I know he was fired, and then like 2 weeks later he's back in power, but
yeah,
I could talk all day about that crap.
Right.
So then they try to explain the Alberto Del Rio concussion, which is actually legit because he does have a concussion, which is why he can't do the pay-per-view. And WWE tried to explain this by saying Great Khali chopped him in the head.
Yeah. We were talking about earlier, like, you think, or I thought it kind of happened like at the top of the ramp or whatever, whenever they were battling out there.
Yeah, that's when people said he probably suffered the concussion. I just thought, man, you have this time, you have to explain it, and you're going to go with Great Khali chopping somebody.
I guess they got to do what they got to do.
Yeah, so.
Man.
Laurinaitis says that he's got Lord Tensai to face Sheamus. Tensai comes out, he shoves Sakamoto to the side like he's been
such disrespect for Sakamoto.
It doesn't
unacceptable, Tensai.
But we get Tensai versus Sheamus, and Sheamus wins with a brogue kick, but I thought this was a great match. It was really hard-hitting. Tensai gets these big welts on his stomach.
He did. Sheamus was bleeding like down his nose, basically. I guess his eye got cut up a little bit.
Sheamus had some blood here. This was just really good. I liked this match a lot.
Pretty intense. Two big-ass dudes.
Yeah. And so I thought this was good, and I really thought the show was great up until the cage match. Yeah. So I do have to say that.
Then Tensai crushed Sakamoto at the end and just went crazy on him.
Yeah, he just destroyed this poor guy.
It was some pretty bad bumps, actually. I feel bad for that guy. Like, seriously.
He got some TV time.
Yeah, but damn.
Backstage, McMahon tells Laurinaitis that since Tensai lost, I guess, it's strike one. Vicky comes up, recommends Dolph and Swagger for a triple threat. Johnny asked Teddy for an idea. He says he should add Christian and Khali, make it a fatal four-way. So they have that match set up for later. Then we air like this 1000th episode with Seth Green from 2009 to hype it up. Now, at first I was like, I can't believe they're doing this when they have such a great catalog of old footage from Raw that they're going back to 2009 for something so stupid. But they eventually did play a really old clip later from the first Raw, so I thought it was okay.
So that was legitimately supposed to be like their top moment from Raw.
Is it? I thought they were just airing like random clips.
Is that what it was? Okay, I thought it was supposed to be like one of the top moments or something.
No, I think they're just random clips there.
Okay. It's a little more excusable.
Then we have Stryker asking R-Truth about the Big Show. He talks about little Jimmy.
And then you see a big poof coming in.
He says something about Big Show losing, and then Big Show just punches him.
Yeah.
Actually scared me while I was watching this. I wasn't expecting. I jumped a little.
Big slow donkey punch right there.
But yeah, that was cool. And Truth actually has a legit injury. He broke his foot, so I thought maybe they'd take the belts off him tonight. But I guess they're just going to use this to kind of keep him and Kofi out for a little while. Then we have Santino and Layla versus Ricardo and Beth Phoenix.
Not even worth talking about. It's so horrible.
Well, there was the ending. Like, Beth wins with a glam slam. She actually wins clean. And then Santino rips off Ricardo's dress shirt. And he's wearing
Justin Bieber,
this really tight-ass...
I'm pretty sure that was like a preteen cut shirt. It's pretty...
It's just so stupid.
It was like purple.
It was a stupid thing.
Oh man, he's got Bieber fever, I guess. It happens.
Yeah. Otunga tells Vince that if Johnny is fired, he should be the replacement. Vince says he hates lawyers. Kofi comes up. He's screaming about Big Show punching Truth. He wants a match with Show. So Laurinaitis comes in and makes it Kofi versus Show for a steel cage match.
That was a dumbass move.
Alright, now strap yourselves in for this one because there's a lot of
that happens here. Started,
so Daniel Bryan comes out. He says Punk is trying to make him jealous with AJ. And Kane thinks it's getting to second base when a woman looks him in the eye and doesn't vomit.
Dude, that was one of the best lines I've ever heard, I think, in my life.
Oh, that was great stuff. Awesome. He says that she still loves him, and once you go Bryan, there's no point in trying.
That is damn true. He's the best lover of those three.
So that was great. Then Punk comes out, says AJ is out of Bryan's league, says he cares only about the title, he's going to leave the champion. I do want to notice that someone made a really awesome 29-year-old virgin poster from the movie 40-year-old virgin for Daniel Bryan.
And he just had that like little sappy smile on his face.
Yeah. But we looked it up and he's actually 31.
That's true.
It's a little dated.
You got to get your facts straight.
Yeah, but it was still cool.
Yeah.
Bryan says that Punk's changed. He's a sellout. Punk talks about a shoot interview or shoot promo last year. Says he spoke his mind. Bryan's changed. Kane comes out, says he set fire to JR, electrocuted Shane McMahon's testicles, and tombstone to Priest.
It's true.
And he's going to leave with the title.
It's a pretty good resume right there.
Yeah, that's not bad. So AJ comes out, says that Kane actually has a heart.
Yeah. It's such a bizarre angle there, too.
Yeah, this is...
And it gets weirder later on.
It does get a lot weirder. She says that she hasn't gotten over Daniel Bryan, and Punk's the coolest guy ever.
It's like the coolest guy ever.
So she says the best man's going to win. Laurinaitis comes on the screen and says, hey guys, over here. That was great. He makes it Daniel Bryan and Kane versus Punk and AJ later tonight. Then we get Christian versus Khali versus Ziggler and Swagger to see who's going to wrestle Sheamus at the pay-per-view.
Khali whenever he got like kicked or whatever, he just the look on his face was so ridiculous. He was like, I can't even explain it.
But of course, all three guys worked together to eliminate Khali first. He was out of there pretty fast. Then Christian hits a kill switch on Swagger. Ziggler steals the pin, eliminating Swagger, and Ziggler hits a zigzag for the win. So we get Ziggler versus Sheamus at the pay-per-view.
I'm glad to see Ziggler winning a match there, although he will get squashed, I guess.
Yeah, but it should still be a really great match, and hopefully this can...
I hope they make him just look decent, with it, and not give Sheamus too much.
Yeah, and it didn't really make sense because Christian already has a match at the pay-per-view anyway against Cody Rhodes.
So. Champion anyways.
So. Backstage, we see Natalya ask Vince to have another Hart family reunion. I thought she was going to do the farting gimmick again. Thank God she didn't.
I think that one's done.
Then the Funkadactyls ask to have Brodus back on Raw. Vince says, somebody call my mama, and starts to
just
dance
Vince
with
goes crazy with it.
Like, lights
with,
come
strobe
on.
Lights, yeah.
It just instantly, out of nowhere, music hits.
Vince has some moves, man, still. And I guess which leads it to the very end, Zack Ryder just sitting there. All struck by it.
He was just dumbfounded, and Vince does the woo-woo-woo thing. Ryback comes out. Then some jobbers actually walk out instead of already being
came out afterwards.
It was Willard Fillmore and Rutherford P.S. Hayes.
Their names keep getting more ridiculous by the week.
Ryback
were they a legitimate
wins.
team or something they were saying?
Dude,
maybe there's a completely... Cole was saying something about them being like a legitimate team.
Yeah, but it was a typical Ryback match. However, I didn't like this one as much as the usual Ryback matches for some reason.
I liked the power bombs, but I was hoping for a little bit more brutality.
Yeah. didn't really deliver in that aspect, but they did the double finisher, and that was
I'm still sold on Ryback for right now.
Yeah, I still like him. Then we have Vince and Hornswoggle. Watching Hornswoggle make fun of JR. Then Vince makes fun of JR, acts like he has Bell's palsy, and says, Stone Cold! Stone Cold! This shit was horrible, man, and I think it's offensive as hell.
It is, man. Like, the humiliation of JR just has no end with Vince.
Yeah.
It knows no ends.
You know this was like the highlight of Vince's night right here. Like, he gets off on this.
It's like anytime he's like tearing another human being down, it's a good night for him.
Pretty disgusting. But, so yeah,
don't
that
cross
happened.
the boss.
Cena comes in. They talk a little bit about Vince losing at Mania. Cena lost to The Rock. Otunga comes in, and Vince tells him that he shouldn't be kissing ass because no one likes someone who kisses another man's ass, and then it shows Regal.
And he calls A-List a sycophant as well.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
They also announced Otunga versus Brodus Clay as the YouTube pre-show for the pay-per-view.
It's actually not that bad, I think, for a pre-game show.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'll take it.
Then we get Kofi versus Big Show in a cage. This match just brought everything down.
Energy levels just went like...
Yeah,
nosedive.
I was enjoying the show. It was all really good. And it's not that... It's just nothing happened here. Big Show dominated the entire time. And
then he would like sit there, like go in front of the camera and just like brood and stare everybody down.
After every move.
It's true.
Like, a horrible way to waste time. It's obvious they were trying to kill time.
It was just... I don't know, man.
Way too
killed
much.
The buzz right there.
Yeah, so Big Show hits a WMD, knocks Kofi out, and he just leaves the cage, and that was really all there was to it. But after every damn move, he would stare at the crowd, and wasn't good.
Yeah.
Sin Cara versus Kurt Hawkins.
That was decent.
Yeah, this wasn't too bad. Hawkins didn't really get very much offense, if any.
Nah.
Sin Cara wins with the La Mystica Slam, and then we see Vince talking to Daniel Bryan. He says, good luck. No one would mistake Bryan for a WWE superstar.
That is a good point, actually.
Yeah, but that's messed up.
It is, but it's Vince.
Yeah, well, I'm not debating that he believes that. He truly does believe that. But Daniel Bryan says that he was fired once, and he proved him wrong.
That's true.
So I thought he had a good comeback.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good night for D. Bryan, all in all.
Yeah. Oh, and then we get the best part of the night.
Fuck yes.
Vader versus Heath Slater.
Dude, Vader is like personally like one of my childhood heroes. Like him and like Psycho Sid, probably the two like just biggest monster guys. So
definitely,
it was surreal seeing him. Honestly, I guess.
And he looks exactly the same.
Does, man.
It was great.
It was just amazing to see.
Yeah.
And he's still in like pretty good shape. Honestly, had a pretty decent Vader bomb. It looked like kind of legitimately painful.
He destroys Heath Slater, hits the Vader bomb. I actually heard that he was in town because his son was in FCW or something, so he was around. But I didn't think he would actually be on the show.
Yeah, man.
And then when Heath Slater started that promo, like it's Heath Slater time, I was like, holy shit, Vader's gonna come out.
Dude, for me, that was enough for the show right there to make it for me. So
yeah, me too.
Good to see the big dude back, like the Rocky Mountain monster.
Yeah, like we talked about before, they bring legends back every once in a while. This is the best legend.
Thank God it's not freaking like Hacksaw or like Sergeant Slaughter, the same BS. Like it's just refreshing to bring somebody like who actually was awesome back in the day.
Yeah, so this was a great moment. This made the night for me.
Yeah.
I started to get back into it after the Big Show cage match. This brought me back.
Picked it back up.
Then we get Kane and Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk and AJ. AJ kisses Kane.
She just like jumps up on him, plants herself, and just it was really weird, man.
For a while.
And I guess Kane didn't really like return the favor, but like it was bizarre.
They kiss for a while. Kane tags in Daniel Bryan and then walks up the ramp. Daniel Bryan loses to an elbow drop, and that was it, really.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this might lead to a face turn for Kane because he didn't attack AJ. And
that's the worst thing I could possibly do for him, though, because that's why he turned to a monster a few months ago to begin with, because like everybody took him as a joke after all those little antics.
Yeah, it just seems like, oh god, she's saying he has a heart, he's not hurting her, and more bullshit.
Come on, Kane.
So then we get the final segment. Vince comes out. He calls Laurinaitis down to the ring. He's got security for Laurinaitis, he says. Johnny says Vince needs him. Big Show comes out. He says Vince could fire him, but he would have to pay him millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And he says he did everything Vince asked. And now with this new contract, he can be a big, angry giant.
It got pretty nasty with him there for a second, too. Yeah. He definitely like went through the whole history of being ridiculed.
He says he's going to beat Vince's golden goose. Cena comes out. Says Big Show's blamed everybody, but if he loses at the pay-per-view, he can't blame anybody else but himself.
Typical Cena spiel.
Yeah. Vince says that he will be at ringside at the pay-per-view, and if Show loses, he's going to fire Laurinaitis. So I assume instantly Big Show is going to win.
Yes, he is, definitely.
And after this, all hell breaks loose. Both guys are throwing security guards around. Vince tries to like Laurinaitis tries to pull Cena off, and then Vince tries to pull Laurinaitis off, and then he takes kind of a
dude. It was the worst one I've ever seen. You can seriously like if you pause it, I'm sure you can see the space like between his fist.
Yes.
And, like McMahon's face.
We watched it back a couple times, and he was way off.
And
the
then Vince was just like totally.
Yeah, he was just out.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
it was kind of a bogus ending, but it was kind of like a roller coaster ride tonight. I think.
It would have been really cool because when he punched, when we thought he punched Vince, we were both like, "Holy shit!" But then when you replay it and you're like, he was really far away from him.
It's a pretty good botch.
If the punch looked better, it would have been a cool final segment. It's just the punch looked really shitty.
I'm sure he was just being overly careful not to take out Vince in his old age. Because I mean, I don't think he could take like bumps like he used to.
No, but yeah, he was a little too careful, I would say. Vince is probably pissed off at Big Show over this. Like, what the hell?
I know, dude. I'm sure he got a backlash from that.
But yeah, overall, I gotta say, 3-hour show. I was a little skeptical, but you know, Vader. Some of the matches were really good, and it was a cool 3-hour show. Yeah. So. And when they move to 3 hours permanently, I don't know how that's gonna go.
It's not gonna be good.
It's not gonna be good.
You better like savor this one while you can.
Yeah, but I think that 1000th episode, they're gonna bring in a lot of other guys like Vader, maybe even Vader again.
They really should, man. Really cool. Yeah, like that definitely brings some excitement to it. So
yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, all in all, not a bad show. Definitely some high points.
Yeah, so. This one delivered for me.
All in all, yeah, not too bad.
Alright guys, hope you liked the video. Leave your thoughts on tonight's Monday Night Raw in the comments below, and thanks for watching.